man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man. We back. Goodfella Sports TV. Let me get adjusted. Appreciate the love, support everybody's showing. Started morning off with some boxing. With some rumors that they canceled the Javier Fortuna Linares card. When Linares pulled out, they wanted to get another fight approved at the main event. The Zone swatted that out of there. The Zone and Golden Boy been having a lot of beef, all right? About approving fights. Obviously, they don't want to approve a Uterman. Before the Uterman fight was requested, they was having some issues with Golden Boy, and they wasn't even on speaking terms. They was legal representation was working together. So this ain't a Canelo Golden Boy thing. It's a Canelo Golden Boy versus the Zone thing, and the Zone just made a bad decision giving Canelo all that money. And what they finding out now is that he's not bringing the return that they thought he would. And that's not completely Canelo's fault. Canelo did $1 million, according to some people at versus Chavez Jr. on HBO. The Zone does not market. They do not do a good job promoting their app. And not a lot of those older men like Al Heyman and John Skipper and Top Rank CEO and Ty DeBuff and Bob Arum and all them, those guys don't know how to promote in the 21st century, and that's the problem. All right? So that's kind of the issue right there, but I heard that they was, canceling this card for real, and now it's getting to the point where Linares and Fortuna will move to late September or the first week of October, so Linares must be expected to be COVID-19 free, or he must be COVID-19 free already. So that's the good thing. So it wasn't a bad thing. You don't get a pedestrian card. When was it supposed to be? August 28th or whatever. Now you're getting Fortuna and Linares still at the end of September. And I think it's a really solid fight. Okay. The real fight is between Golden Boy and Canelo against the Zone. Sorry. We gotta be the male person. All right. That's the real fight. All right. And we'll see how that ends out. But I did heard that Canelo was leaving the Zone. I said this last year, after a few more fights, but I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like Eddie Hearn has these issues with the Zone too much. It seemed like they more plugged in with Eddie, but what you got to remember is the Zone is full of old white men. Golden Boy is ran by Mexicans. So maybe it's not that mutual respect there that it is for a good old Eastern or a good old European and Eddie Hearn. So, but they have swatted Eddie Hearn before. When Eddie Hearn was about to do Devin Haney and Fortuna, they told him that he couldn't give Fortuna those funds. And now the Zone is finding out they not getting a return, and they just dumped money into Eddie Hearn, and he didn't wasted all their money. And now they being stingy. Now they being frugal with how they spend their money. And it just didn't start during the pandemic. It was before the pandemic. They canceled, what Fortuna. They canceled the Fortuna fight. So with Devin Haney, he was going to purse bid because they felt that Eddie Hearn gave Fortuna too much money. And it got to the point, it got so bad, they didn't even want to approve Demetrius Andrade as an opponent for Canelo Alvarez. So, they want Callum Smith, but they don't want to pay the extra $1 million to get Callum Smith to fight Canelo Alvarez. They offered him 5, Callum wanted 6. Callum not worth none of that, to be honest. Nobody knows him in America, but now they opening up a new market in the UK. They feel like Callum Smith can sell some purchases there or some buys there, and I don't know how well known he is in the UK and how big of a ticket seller he is, but overall, they get mad at Golden Boy and Canelo. They need to get mad at Eddie Hearn. You gave Canelo $330 million, whatever it was. You done gave Triple G $14 million plus equity, which means nothing now. You gave Eddie Hearn $1 billion over a course of time. That's way more money. Just right there, looking at the money that you gave, Eddie Hearn and Golovkin and Danny Jacobs and Demetrius Andrade, and you ain't getting no return out that money. And Jacobs fighting Rosado next, like, your platform is garbage. I just wish the Zone would just go bankrupt and just move out the United States, because they just causing confusion. We got rid of HBO. We didn't ask for the Zone to fill that void. We was perfectly happy with boxing being with Showtime and boxing being with Top Rank. Either Oscar De La Hoya gonna get in where he fit in, or Eddie Hearn gonna get in where he fit in, or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. What did the Zone think, before I get into this Devin Haney thing? What did the Zone think that Eddie Hearn was going to do? that, or what they was going to do that HBO failed to do. All right, what was they thinking? Honestly, what they say? Oh man, this is what HBO failed at, and we can succeed here. You can't succeed there. HBO had a brand. HBO got 40 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? The Zone, I'm guarantee you, the Zone don't have that many subscribers what they reporting. And a lot of guys fell off since then, but that is what it is, all right? So apparently, Devin Haney didn't want to step in for Linares to fight Fortuna. All right, he called Fortuna out on social media, and this morning he called Lee Selby out on social media, all right? He called Fortuna out a couple weeks ago. Initially, they was engaged to fight in the contract. I guess Fortuna wanted to fight him, after the pandemic or during the pandemic, and Devin Haney said no. Linares wanted to fight him during the pandemic. Devin Haney said no, so he turned him down. Now, obviously his dad gonna act like they don't turn down shit or, it's a lie, and they turned it down for a reason. Does it mean it's a duck? No, maybe financially it wasn't enough money. During the pandemic, nobody want to take a high risk fight for a low reward. And this is a high risk fight versus Linares or Fortuna. And at the end of the day, it's a fight that you ain't gonna get full credit for. Fortuna, you supposed to beat them. Linares, you supposed to beat them. Them good names on your resume, but right now they said that he chose not to take those fights, even to step in for Linares. So I don't know if it was the money, the budget wasn't there. We know Golden Boy ain't really throwing out cash like that. But he refused to fight Fortuna again after calling him out. And that's the thing about it. He do a lot of shit for show. He knew he didn't want to fight Fortuna to begin with. So why would you fight Fortuna to step in for Jorge Linares? We know they're angling for Gamboa, and I don't know who would be their backup plan if Gamboa, can't make it. But, a lot of these dudes just smoke and mirrors. You believe what they say on social media, all this shit, and then you get behind the scenes and they turning down this fight, or they saying no, this, that, and the third. And for whatever reason it was for him turning down that fight, that's Devin Haney's personal preference. But I hate what they do is they manipulate the fans. It ain't even manipulation. It's straight play the fans. You know what I'm saying? Saying, oh yeah, I step in and do this, and then you get to the bargaining table. These motherfuckers, I want $180 million, to fight this dude. And, that's the name of the game right there, smoke and mirrors. You can't be believing what a lot of these fighters say. Some dudes is respectable. Some dudes going to keep it 100. A lot of other dudes going to try to sit there and play the media. You know what I'm saying? Use certain YouTubers to, manipulate fan base. That's the difference. Ain't nobody going to be fucking using me. All right? You're not. You're not going to be using me for free. If you're going to use me, you're going to pay the price. And you ain't going to be willing to pay that price, so we could just leave it at that. But you got a lot of people that these dudes say, well, I don't watch YouTube and this, that, and the third, and they all clowns and shit. And then maybe you on a YouTube show or using YouTubers and try to push a narrative, because where else can they see themselves talked about? Nowhere else. Nobody care about the Zone, Akbar, and Jaraka, whatever his name is. They got a nice little show, but don't nobody watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Where else can you go see Devin Haney talked about on a daily basis? Not Undisputed, not First Take, not ESPN, not Fox, not NBC, not Bounce, nowhere. Here. So you crazy as fuck if you don't think they turn on these videos and see what people talking about. And but, oh man, we need to manipulate that guy, or we don't need to get this dude access or something of that nature. So you crazy if they don't think that, man. Me personally, I'll give a fuck less. Y'all know that. I didn't already did what these niggas and did as far as interviews and reach out to trainers. It's the same old shit show. Same ass circus. But he also called out Lee Selby this morning. I read, it had to be last night. Whew, tired. Miles got into a fight yesterday with a blue pit. And that shit shocked the fuck out of me, man. Because I looked up, this dog, he don't never get out, but I heard he get out. And my neighbor was like, he got out while he walked his German Shepherd. He was going to shoot him. So I'm picking up the little one, Mason. So I pick him up, and then when we get to our block, I let him run up the block without a leash. I look up, and then the dog come across the street and shit. And I think he just wanted to play. And he sniffed Miles' ass, and Miles just was like, ah. And then they got into it, man. The dog was bleeding on his face and shit. And then Miles had a little scratch, and then he got him under his armpit, so I cleaned him up. So I got to go over there and talk to his owner and shit. And, he got to walk his dog. That's all it is. Miles wasn't Miles just wasn't for that bullshit yesterday. It was kind of funny. He just walked away like ain't nothing happened, but yeah, it was a long day. But other than that, man, yeah, he called out Lee Selby. But Lee Selby has, fight with Camboso, and it was supposed to fall out because Camboso didn't like the purse reduction that Eddie Hearn did. But I heard they going to purse bid to pretty much correct it. It's supposed to be an IBF title eliminator, so Selby still seemed like he gonna be fighting Camboso. So Devin Haney trying to act like he trying to fight all these dudes for show, but we all know it's probably gonna be Gamboa or opponent of that level opposition. So I mean, it is what it is from that standpoint. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. We also got a Facebook group. Twitter's the fastest way to IG and Facebook. Want to make a donation? Cash App is CJGood313. PayPal link there. If you missed the Cash App username, it's in the description as well. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we go.